Welcome everyone to BST Insider. Russia and Belarus began its 10 days of joint military drills on this Thursday. So here we go. The beginning of the invasion is the title for this video, as Russia and Belarus began 10 days of joint military drills Thursday amid ongoing diplomatic efforts to defuse the crisis over fears that Kremlin is planning an incursion into Ukrainian territory. The military drills, called Elite Resolve 2022, began in Belarus and will end on February 20, 2022. The Russian Ministry of Defense announced Thursday in a statement. Russia is also planning a naval exercises that would block off large parts of Black Sea and Sea of Azov, raising protests from Ukraine that commercial shipping routes would be choked. The Kremlin has denied that shipping routes will be blocked. Moscow deployment into Belarus is believed to be its biggest there since the Cold War. With an expected 30,000 combat troops, Spetsnaz Special Operation Forces, fighter jets including Su-35, Iskander dual-capable missiles and S-400 air defense systems. The headlines which points out towards the invasion in Ukraine by Russia can be taken from the recent events as well. Macron meets Putin, leading Europe's diplomatic efforts to defuse Ukraine crisis. Putin issues dire threat of nuclear war in Europe if he doesn't get his way. Russia is planning to attack the whole Ukraine and putting the existence of a country in danger. Russia is on the move to repeat its action from 2014 in Crimean War. However, Russia denies that it wants to invade Ukraine and says its troops' movements are defensive, something that several European countries aren't buying. Also, why would Russia want to invade Ukraine and start a war? There are a couple of reasons. The first is the national identity. Ukraine and Russia have a lot of shared history, as we know from the partition of the Soviet Union. Also, the first is national identity. Ukraine and Russia have a lot of shared history. When the Soviet Union finally collapsed, Russia emerged from the ashes and several the republics that were a part of Union, like Ukraine, gained independence. There are a lot of people living in Ukraine that identify as Russian. However, most of the countries identifies as Ukrainian and is keen to see Ukrainian remain independent. Ukraine also holds a lot of strategic importance. It has access to the Black Sea, valuable natural resources and important trade routes. Plus, it's a place where Russia would like to have its military bases. But it all comes down to the one question that is really very important these days, that why is Russia trying to invade Ukraine? The ultimate answer to this question is because of this. North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. In the past, they have a history that in 2014, Ukraine was all set to join NATO, but still Russia didn't want to. So now it is happening again when the president of that country changed. Now again, Ukraine was planning to join NATO, but Russia is in disapproval of the fact that NATO is expanding eastwards. So now again the tensions began up, and now it's more than 1 lakh troops that have surrounded Ukraine, and it's almost on the verge of invasion by Russia, as it happened in 2014 in the Crimean War. So let's hope for the best, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.